Hello, everyone. So I am going to be talking to you today about purpose-driven prospecting. So I know that if you are in the network marketing business or if you've ever wondered about the network marketing industry, this will really help your training in terms of prospecting and getting new people on your team, which is what everybody essentially wants when they're in network marketing. So I'm just going to make sure that I turn this wonderful feature off that Live has. Don't let people join your broadcast because it messes it up. So, hello, Elizabeth. Thanks so much for joining. So just give me a shout out when you're here. I know that it's an awkward time of day, but this is the time that worked for me. And if we're real, most people are going to watch the replay. So if you're watching the replay, please hashtag replay. And if you are jumping on, hello, Nicole. If you are jumping on and you find value in this, hello, Michelle, Sunday Fun Day. So if you find value in this, even if you don't find value in this, somebody that you know needs to hear this information. This prospecting or recruiting or sponsoring or whatever you want to call it in network marketing, it's always the hardest thing for people in this industry. And this is not going to be company specific. I mean, I obviously work for a company. I know things. I'm a top leader with my company. So I've learned a lot of things in the last 3 years. But this has been a very eye-opening part of my training that I really, really want to share. So it'll 100% help you recruit. I promise you that. So for the purpose of full prospecting, you need to lead with your why. And I'm always telling my own team, you have to know why you do this. And I'm going to get into depth in that. This whole training is on how you come about with your why and why it's important. So you want to make an impact. Your why has to make an impact on other people. So people will 100% buy into why you do what you do before they'll buy into what you do. So if that makes sense, they're going to 100% buy into why you're doing what you're doing, whatever company that is, opposed to what you do. So purpose-driven prospecting, this will eliminate any fear that you have about sponsoring. And I think for a lot of people, they feel like they're very fearful of that word sponsoring. They're fearful of, sharing their story. They're fearful of sharing what this company whatever company they're with has done for them. So sharing your unique impact goal, make your presentation of your business more impactful. You need to make an impact on the world, and we're going to talk more about that. Add energy and enthusiasm. So if I came on here even right now and I was like, okay guys, so we're going to talk about prospecting. No, I'm excited. This is exciting training. This is an exciting business. So I want to show my enthusiasm and excitement, and you want to do the same thing when you're prospecting. So people need to feel that excitement, okay? And it's about your reason why you do this business. So I want people to know why I'm so excited. So if you can relate on an emotional level, it's going to go over, it's game over. If you can find someone that you relate to instantly on this emotional level, it's so true. It's game over. That person will join you because they're like, wow, this person and I have so much in common. And even online, people think well, I'm doing it online. You can connect with people online. I know when I'm talking with people, I'm like, okay, I really connect with this person. They have great energy. I often say that to people because there's a lot of people that you can feel how awesome they are. So opening with your why is authentic and vulnerable. So rather than opening, and I'm going to get into this later, but rather than just opening with, I work for this company, you open with, why do you work in this business? So have intention, knowing your why, and find people with the same vision. So if I can find people that have similar vision to why I started this, and I will share my why at the end, but you will go so much further, and I'll explain that a little bit more. Stop trying to be everything to everyone. You are not going to meet everybody that you meet in this industry. Some people are going to love you and some people, they're not going to be into you, and that's okay. Don't try and be everything to everyone. I know that, people on my team either love me or maybe they don't love me, and that is okay because the ones that do are the ones I help, right? So, who do you really want to work with? So I don't want any bad apples on my team. I don't want people that have a certain mentality about this business. People don't join companies, they join the person. So even if they have an interest in your company, so whatever that company is, even if they have an interest, they're still going to need to find that right sponsor that's going to help them and make them feel amazing. And if they can't find that, they're not going to just join the company, because how all these companies network marketing works is you have to join under somebody. You can't just join the business and not, unless you're like the first person in a company or it's your own company, but you have to join a person. So they don't join the company, they join the person. So what is your impact goal? What is the purpose of what you do other than making money? This is so important, okay? Because yes, people in network marketing make money. And when you're a top leader in companies, you make a lot of money. But that cannot be what you lead with. I don't even talk about money when I talk to people about this business, because rarely it's what has come to me in my business is the friendships are number one. The friendships I've made with the girls on my team. I love my team with my entire heart. They are so inspiring. They inspire me every single day to be a better person. They inspire me with their ideas. They inspire me with their success. That is 100% number one for me, what I've taken out of this business. And the second thing is the self-development I've done. So like, it kind of, not that it's forced, like it's not like I'm forcing people to do self-development, but I was in all sorts of groups that were sharing some awesome self-development and some things that were, like changing lives and videos and inspiration. So I started just doing like reading books and watching videos and doing all sorts of self-development. And then I started giving self-development. So like that was another huge part of why I do what I do every day. And I want to change lives. Like that is my intention. Part of my why, I will share my why at the end, but part of my why is the intention. Hello, Donna. So I know that the biggest thing with this is that I want to leave, and I want to leave a legacy when I'm dead. I don't want to leave like being like, oh, she was the top leader in this company. I want to leave a legacy of what I have done for other people. And, I look at someone like, for my Canadian girls that are on here, you'll know Gord Downey. Gord Downey in his last year of his life, he'd already made such an impact. He's a famous singer here in Canada. So anyone who's, doesn't know who he is, he led one of the best Canadian bands. We all went to see this band. We all love this band. Hello, Conchetta. And he got diagnosed with terminal brain cancer. And so he went on tour, and he, went on this huge tour, and he, did all he could. But the other thing that he did was he actually, yes, rest in peace, Gord. Thank you, Leanne. That means so much. He actually did a lot of work with our Aboriginal people here in Canada and really tried to make an impact with them. So he wrote this whole graphic novel about this little boy who tried to escape a residential school, and he went up and he met his family. He wrote a whole album about it, and he had someone do the diagrams and stuff for this graphic novel that was made into like a little graphic novel movie. And anyways, he made an impact. He has left this world and he has made an impact on this world. And the guy had so much money. He was very, very rich. But what that proved to me, and something I taught my students this week, is like, it doesn't matter how much money you have. That's not going to get you, he still, even with all of that money, couldn't beat, at the age of 53, couldn't beat brain cancer. And so it doesn't, and to him, like the money was never the thing. It was his impact, right? His impact on the world. So, when you're being a leader or a legacy leader in this company, you want to make sure that it's the freedom to live your life and make a difference. So you need to make a difference in the world, and you can do that with network marketing. You can do that with any business. You can do that with anything you do in your life. But you want to do what you do to make an impact. So that's why I'm trying to get anyone away from the thinking of money, money, money. Who cares about money in the end? Like, look at Gord. He's a perfect example this week for us Canadian girls, that it didn't matter how much money he made. In the end, he left a legacy. He left his albums. He's left his impact on the Aboriginal community. So, when you shift your focus to trying making, I think this was such an impactful thing. So when you shift your focus from, I want to make $1 million to, I want to help 1 million people, it really changes your mindset in this entire business. I would do what I do for free. I love it. I will talk further about that later, but like, I love what I do. So if I can wake up and do this every day for free, I totally would. It's so much fun. Don't discount the value impacting one person at a time. Exactly. And impacting one person at a time is such a great piece of advice. So everybody has a why, and that should be the source of your inspiration for others. Everybody has a why they do what they do. So mine was to help as many people as possible and to give freedom to my future family that, you know, down the road, I would like my family to have a freedom type future where we don't need to worry about, you know, money, and we don't need to worry about like going on trips and doing things as a family, and have this sort of, you know, I want to have an impact on my future children's lives where I am taking care of them at home. So success, there's two types of mindsets. There's people that have a success mindset, and that means that it's money and things equals happiness. So that is what a success mindset is. And, you know, everyone wants to achieve success, but when you have a success mindset of getting certain things and making a certain amount of money, and don't get me wrong, those things are wonderful. I bought my dream car last year, so I don't want to be like, well, this girl's like talking about this, but then buys her dream car. Well, no, I did that because I have a significance mindset. So what a significance mindset is my fulfillment and the key to long-term success. So when you think about your significance on the world and your inspiration for the world, opposed to my, what can I do to make money and things, I don't think that way at all. Ever with my business. I think about what I could do, even if I had that money, to give back even more. So success mindset is all about you. You're like out to like, you know, be successful and be on your own, whereas significance mindset is about other people. And that is what network marketing should 100% be. You will know if you are working with someone or if you have people on your team who have a success mindset only. They only think about themselves. They only think about how much money they can make. You will never get anywhere in any type of network marketing business with a success mindset. With significant mindset, absolutely. If you're willing to help every single person, I am willing to get on the phone with every person on my team. And, you know, I have a team of 2,100 women, so that's hard to do. But if they want this, if they want to have this success and they want a significant mindset, I will help them with that. So success is achieving wealth while alive. Significance is the same thing after you have left this earth. I think that's such a powerful statement. Success is in the now, and it's like, you know, it's what you're doing right now. Whereas significance is when you leave, you know, it's like the famous people that leave but have made such a huge impact on others. When they leave, they grow, right? And that is what I want. I want to, you know, when I leave this earth, have this growth of like, oh, it's like she's left an impact and it's going to continue to lead and have this legacy when I'm gone. And that is what I want. So success, happiness is temporary. So that feeling of, so whatever the rank is in your company, so you know when you hit that rank and you're working so hard to hit that rank and it's, and you know, that's what you're doing, but that is so temporary, you know, like I hit the top of this company 6 months ago, and what in that first like 2-3 days, it's like beyond exciting. Like you're like, oh my gosh, I still like, this is surreal. I can't believe this has happened. And then there's some other like little events that lead in between. I'm going on a retreat in January, so that'll be almost a year after I've hit a rank. I don't wake up and think about that every day though. That doesn't get me out of bed and get me excited. That's a temporary feeling. So if you're only thinking about, you know, I gotta hit this rank, and that's all I gotta do, you're not gonna, it's so temporary, because in 6 months from now, if you get that bonus, if you get that rank, you're not gonna think about it anymore. It's just gonna be sort of like this, oh, you know what, it's awesome, but that's not what keeps you going in whatever business you're doing. Fulfillment, on the other hand, is deeper and it lasts. To find something you love. So example, like, I don't know, like let's say I don't have kids, but if you have a kid that's like crying, like you're crying and crying and crying, and you know, in that moment you might not like your kid, but you love your kid, right? So it's like, that's how you got to feel about your business. So some days you're not going to like your business because like there's things that go wrong and people are negative and this and that and all sorts of things, but you love your business on the inside. You love what you do. And that's how I feel about network marketing. Like there's days that are tough, there's days that are amazing, and there's a lot in between. And I like I don't like some parts of the business, but I love what I do. Even with teaching, there's things I don't like about teaching in terms of like, I don't know, marking. Marking is not my favorite. It's exciting to see what the kids have done, but it's long. It takes me hours to do, but I love being in the classroom and doing this and talking to them. So, you know, there's parts of every job that you're going to like and love. No problem. I'm so glad that you're enjoying it. So happiness comes from what we do, and fulfillment comes from why we do it. And so if you've never, a really good book, and I watch a lot of his videos, and my team probably knows who he is by now, it's Simon Sinek. I post his stuff all the time. I love this man. And he wrote a book called Starting with Why. And in that book, he has this like golden circle, okay? And on the outside of the circle, so it's like a 3-ring circle, and so on the outside of the circle is what we do. So whatever your product is, so what we do, this is where most people, when they're recruiting, this is where they stay. Like, what do we do? Well, we sell this online, and we have home parties and meetings, and Like, that's the what. The next part of the circle is how we do it. So that might be, you know, I do that on phone calls, and I do that with like dinners, and I do that with online, on a social media. So that's the how. And then in the middle, there's the why. And why is very, very few people in this business will connect why they do what they do. And they won't connect that why to like help them with their prospecting, with their recruiting. And that's what this is about, right? And you're like, okay, finally she's getting to the point. But why you do what you do will always be more impactful than what you do or how you do it. So start with your why before you share how or what you do, and watch the difference in the impact you will have when you're sponsoring people. So example, lead with why. So I struggled with purpose, okay? So I struggled with purpose and thrive on teaching people. That is who I am. So I struggled with purpose in my life. And I mean, I feel a sense of purpose teaching, but at the same time, like it's not, you know, it's a salary job, it's secure, it's those things, but it's not like I'm having an impact, but I'm not. And I thrive on helping people and the fulfillment of helping others. So I do this all day at work, and then I do this all day at home, or all night at home, or whenever I'm doing it. I want to help change lives. And I think for the biggest thing, like single moms on my team, people that suffer from anxiety and people that suffer from confidence issues, those are the people I thrive on helping. I want to help as many women as I possibly can, especially in those two situations. And I wanted to help them overcome things that gave them time and the ability to do the same for others. So that's like the really nice thing about network marketing is like you can help like that single mom or that person with anxiety or that person that just, you know, needs sort of like a fulfillment in their life, and they can do the same thing when you teach them how to do that. So it's such an amazing full circle of things that you can do. So the mission was, and our, like my company mission, but I embody their mission, is to uplift, empower, and validate other women. And this will always resonate with people. So fear of talking to people, this, starting with your why, if you're afraid to talk to people about your opportunity, your business opportunity, when you make decisions on emotions and you use your why, it becomes so much easier. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So how do you find your why? You're probably like, okay, I think I know why I do this. So you got to discover and examine reasons that led you to start your business. Why did you start doing your business? Why did you start? Even if you've been doing this for a week, a day, why? Why did you start? You have a reason. You didn't just click sign up with a company out of nowhere. You have to have had a why. So start with that. And these are the areas in your life that network marketing has helped you, okay? So did you start because of time? So there's 5, and I'll repeat them, okay? So time, money, security, health, or purpose. One of those 5 things would be reason. So again, time, money, security, health, or purpose. For me, whatever stuck out right away was security and was purpose. Those were the 2 right away that stuck out to me as to why I do what I do. So you might be brand new, and I think a lot of people that are brand new would say, okay, money. Like I couldn't afford diapers. I couldn't afford my bills. Money could definitely be a situation. In my situation, it was not that case. In a lot of women on my team, that was the case. Money would be number one. Time. So maybe it was time spent with your kids at home. I don't have kids, so that's not something that related to me. Time was not why I needed to start this business. And health. There's a lot of, health could be my third, because there is some points where, I had a lot of, and when I share my why, I had a lot of anxiety and self-confidence issues for sure before starting this company. So health could be a big reason. I know so many women that their anxiety, depression, giving their life something more, that is why they needed what we do. So when you lead with this business, write down the facts. Be really, really specific when you're thinking about your why. So think about your feelings, how you felt when you joined, how you feel right now. How do you feel? And then the key experiences, key events that led you to that. Okay. So what led you to the way you feel right now? So I know I just saw Melissa, who just liked my thing, and I'm supposed to be in Punta Cana right now, but I'm not there. And the girls on my team are there, and they are, that could be something that's an experience or a key event that really shows you, when the entire company has taken over a resort in Punta Cana, why you do what you do, because that's so exciting. Major challenges and struggles that you've had to overcome. So you've got to think about, I am sure, I don't care if you've been doing this for a week, you've overcome something. You have, because you've taken that step. Or maybe the things that you want to overcome. Go there emotionally. So when you're writing out your why, you should be sitting down and, honestly, I sat down for about 45 minutes to an hour last night, and I really thought about why I started and how things have evolved. So at the beginning, your why might be a lot stronger, or it might be weaker. You might not really know why you started. And mine was kind of the opposite. My why has shifted huge in the last 3 years. So sharing your why has to just be, with your prospect, when you're prospecting, that's what they need to know about you. They need to know why you do what you do. It doesn't matter what the company is. So take it and refine it. It has to be something that you can share in 60 to 90 seconds. And the best way to share it is over the phone, or I like the voice message on Messenger. That has to be the way that you're sharing your why. So relate to your prospect. So there's two important things that you have to do. You have to relate to your prospect, and you have to create curiosity about your business. So if you can do that, then it's really going to help you, it's going to help you in the long run, right? I want to relate to people right away at my team, because, I want to be able to share things. It's I don't want to, when we talk, I don't want it to be about business all the time. I want to know how their kids are doing. I want to know how how their vacation was. I want to know how, and I obviously want to know how their business is going, and what successes they're having, and what they're finding hard. And it's all about helping people, and you can only do that by getting to know them right from the get-go. So your prospect does not care about you. No offense, but they really don't care about you. They care about what you can do for them. So, you're like, well, you're supposed to share your why. When you share your why, you're sharing your why with them to see if they can resonate or if they can relate to your why, so that you can share more about the opportunity with them, right? So I wouldn't lead with products. I wouldn't lead with how you do it or what you do. I would lead with why you do it. So first interaction has to be clear, concise. So take some time to write out what you do, okay? And I'm going to give you some wording that you can use, so just hold tight. Framework to follow. So what was lacking in your life before you joined? So these are things to think about when you're writing out your why, okay? So what were things you were lacking in your life before you joined? Purpose, security were mine. What was a turning point for you in this business so far? How did you feel that experience? How did that experience make you feel? How did your business provide a solution to a problem you were having? I think that's super important. What is the impact you're looking to make? And I do this, so what is the impact you're looking to make? I do this through my company. I look like I'm making an impact using my company to get me there. Putting your why to work. So share your why with as many people as you possibly can. Tell all prospects and customers about your why. And brand new. So if you want something to really push you and to do, to really help with your prospecting, make a list of 300 names. You 100% know 300 people. You might be like, I don't know, 300 people. If you're building your network up right now, you still, right away, most people, not all, but most have at least 300 people on their Facebook when they start. So if you're like a day in, okay, so maybe 100 people would be a lot more beneficial. But a lot of you that are watching, you've been at this for at least a month, if not more, and you got to stop judging people. You don't know what they want in their life. You don't know what they need in their life. So don't judge people before you share your why. So things that you can say. So if it's somebody that you've directly approached before or you directly want to approach, this is something that you can say. Hey, Jen, I would love to share with you why I started my business in the first place. I've never really had the chance to do that. It may or may not be for you, but would you be open to letting me do that? If it sounds interesting, if it sounds interesting to you, great. And if not, totally fine as well. So that is a message that you can send them. Again, it's, hey, Jen, I would love to share with you why I started my business. And I've never really had the chance to do that. It may or may not be for you, but would you be open to letting me do that? If it sounds interesting to you, great. And if not, it's totally fine as well. Make it very nonchalant and very easy, okay? If it's somebody that's already said no to you, okay, don't hold that. Like, no is not no forever. I don't even believe in the word no. But if they said no to you, here is a way that you can approach them. I know that you aren't interested in my business, but I wanted to ask you a huge favor. Would you give me an opportunity to tell you why I started my business? The reason is I'm looking to expand my business, okay? So I'm not looking to recruit. I'm not looking for people to join me. Don't say those things, okay? So the reason is I'm looking to expand my business and want to see if anyone you know comes to mind when you hear my story. Would you be open to that? I really would. It really would be a huge help. And that's it. It doesn't need to be anything super fancy. It keeps you like accountable for, what it is. And your homework is to write out your why. So you should spend like an hour to 45 minutes writing out why you do what you do. So I did this last night. So I wrote out my why. And then you need to take that why and you need to pull out the important parts and get it down to 60 to 90 seconds. So here is my why. I'm going to share it with you. And this is what I want to, if I'm doing voice messages on Facebook, it probably will take me 2. And if I was doing it over the phone, and if you're comfortable doing that, you will always get a better response if you can get them on the phone. Now, for me, that's really going to be hard during the day at work, but I have no excuse to not get on the phone on the weekend. So here's my why. When I started, it was money driven. Okay, so I wanted to replace my tutoring money. And so my first push when I started my business, my upline posted what her paycheck was. And in 7 months, I saw that she was making more money than I was in my teaching job. And that sort of blew my mind. I started to learn all that I could about this profession. I was coming from a place of really bad relationships. So I was coming out of really bad relationships with people who did not make me feel like me. And they were not good people, but because of my anxiety and low self-confidence, I really just didn't know how to get out of that. And so I ended up in these situations. And when I started this business, I started to build my team. And I started to see my life transform. I was helping women with similar issues. I was waking up excited every day to see what my business would bring. I was uplifting, empowering, and validating women, building relationships, and making others feel amazing. It is a job that is secure because I'm my own boss. There are no evaluations, so no one's evaluating my work. There's only recognition, and that was huge. I love this business. I'm making an impact on the world, and thank you so much for letting me share my story. That's my why. So I'm going to tweak that a bit. I'm curious, and so when looking at the beginning, maybe I want to take out the money aspect because I said in my training I shouldn't talk about money. But really, I'm being open and honest and vulnerable. I started with zero intention of doing anything. I saw a paycheck that was wow, that's I went to school for 6 years. I've been teaching for 6 years or 7 years or 8 years at that point. I can't even remember. And this girl in 7 months with no education and, no experience really is making more money than I am. And I thought that was crazy. I was mind blown and I didn't understand how that could be possible. So when I started, it was money driven. But now it's changed so much that I can't even, I remember when I got that paycheck that I saw her post, I received that paycheck in, I think it was April of this year, and I bawled my eyes out because I couldn't believe that I actually had done it. I had got that first paycheck 3 years ago that I saw that I didn't think was possible. And that could be something else I could add in, and I'm going to tweak this and I'm going to go over this over and over again, because when I send those voice messages, I need to be able to say this without reading it. I just read it for the first time out loud to you, to everybody on here, but it's true because that's exactly why I started. And the impact I want to make, it's not about it's why I started, but why I continue to do this 3 years later. And that is to help people and to be excited every single day when I wake up and know that there's so much more that I can do with this business to impact the world. So that is my training. I hope that was helpful. If you found value in that, please send me a message. If you have any questions about anything I talked about, comment below here too, actually, if you have any questions about any part of the training. Also, if you can share this with your teams or with anyone, even if you have one person on your team, this may be what they need to hear, because sponsoring and recruiting is one of the hardest things in this business. And really, it doesn't need to be. It just needs to be coming from a place where it's your heart and you need to know why you're doing what you're doing with whatever business you're doing. That is why you need to have your why down pat. So thanks so much for watching. Have a wonderful Sunday. I am finally going to be off to the gym in Costco and visit my parents. So I hope everyone's doing something else today that's super exciting. And I hope that was, like I said, impactful for you. Thanks again for watching.